Welcome back to the Disky Pod. This is your boy Walter again. Another exciting week of football. Sundowns was playing against the Tunisian Giants, which is Esperance in this case. And Orlando Pirates take on MC Algiers. Both are North African teams. A bit predictable what I would have expected the games to go about, but a lot of exciting drama, a lot of things with the fans. But Pirates held it down with a tough crowd away from home. So without any further ado, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your comments as you should if you like the content and you like the video. So I want to jump in into the Sundowns game a bit. What I liked and or what I was expecting or what I didn't know or understand how the lineup was going to look like because they just played over the weekend and the coach did complain about match fitness and their preparations and the squad they have and their players also being from national duty. So obviously he's trying to protect um, his chances. It is the quarterfinals of the all, and there's a first leg and a second leg to consider. I think in between there is the PSL, the Premier League that's actually back. But let's go into it. Look, obviously in goal it was Ronan Williams, their number one. We had Ukulisum down, the right back. I think they were playing what is the diamondship? Was the three? It was more like a 3-5. It's the 3-4-2-1, which is the traditional setup. So they look like they would have the shape of Suarez, Kekana, Mdao, and you have Moreno was playing front right forward and also Mudiba, but obviously Mudiba does track back at times. So in the middle, they did have Mukwena who plays a pivot. Then you have Ayende playing alongside more like an 8. Then obviously you've got Dewberry playing at 10. Adams more like an 8 as well. And you've got Shali Lile up front playing alone. So look, it was a dominant performance from Sundowns as expected. They don't really struggle that much against North Africans opposition. So I wasn't expecting them to suffer. And it's a home game. You know, when it's a home game, you need to protect it. You need to look like a home team. The crowd came in numbers. It was free entry, so there's not much to say about that. But obviously, those are the kind of dynamics you're looking for in a quarterfinal and you're playing home. You need the crowd, you need the 12th man shouting and rooting for you. And look, a good game from Town was very clean. 80% of the possession was on their side. Esperance was defending very deep. For me, they didn't play like a big team for one. So I guess they were looking for width and playing on the counter, which didn't work. So it's more like a mid and a low block on their side. So obviously, they showed their quality. And considering the fact that they've been playing every 2 to 3 games, which Esperance in their instance, they got more. I think they had 10 days of rest and preparation and so forth. So coming to this game, it was very important, or it was very good to see that the Sundowns players held a very high quality or played a high quality game while knowing that they don't have much time to prepare. So it shows their professionalism as well. So looking at that game, you would have sworn maybe game fatigue, too many games on their legs, but these guys are pros and they showed, that I think their campaign to go all the way, it's very strong. And they don't really struggle against Esperance. They played against them in the FL. So I think Esperance um, also in the Champions League, they've actually Sundowns lost against Esperance. I think it was last year in the quarterfinals at the same time. Well, we can say that their problems is that they've changed coaches, but the squad is still more or less the same. So they did know coming into to this game. So look, it's for Sundowns to lose for me because they play well against in terms of if they were to play away from home. I'm expecting them. Obviously, the fans are going to be packing the stadiums. So that game was a good meal for me. Good positives. Ribeiro looked threatening most of the time when he was penetrating. They were looking for chances from the inside, and Adams just was the missing key. So it's a good feeling to know that there is a squad that they now have. Actually, they have, and Adams just fits like a glove there. So if you don't have a Maema, you don't have a Tembazwane, You don't have even Ayende probably if they can't give them that lock. So you know that Adams adds that quality. So that was good to see. And look, their prospects look good. I'm not saying Esperance is a bad team, then they can't come back because the 1-0 scoreline it doesn't really guarantee that you're going to the semis. But hey, man, Sundowns look strong. Look, Cardoso is a good coach, and you heard his comments saying that a Champions League is not for kids. So it shows that he understands the dynamics of actually keeping it together and having to make sure that the guys understand that one mistake, one slip up, one lapse of concentration, as much as you guys are always having the ball. So there, it doesn't matter. You're playing pretty, playing good football and flair if you don't get the results. But this time, this seem to have it on lock. So I'm not really that finicky about, or I don't have an issue with the lineup because it did look quite strong. So I wasn't expecting much of a difference in terms of the availability of players that they have. But it seems like maybe in the second leg, I'm not sure if they'll run deep or defend that one could lead. But it looks good, guys. It looks good for both teams in a sense that we might see a Pirates Sundowns kind of final. So yeah, that's for me the my take. Just leave your comment and on the section, tell me what you think. Does Sundowns look strong? Do they look like they're challenging for the Champions League this season, or it's going to be a PSG kind of thing where they just dip or one mistake, depending on who they meet in the semis? Because if Al Ahly they also win their game, they might meet again in the semis, which is another topic that we'll cover later on. Coming to the Pirates game now, context matters. Pirates, for me, it's an exciting thing to talk about because they didn't play the same way as they've been playing throughout the whole tournament. But look, I think at the end of the day, I think it's the result that matters. They haven't played in the Champions League for a long time. They've been playing in the Confed for the longest time. Sundowns has been there for a long time. So you could tell the difference between the two teams. So the plan that the coach had, Rivera, it's for me. I think it worked, and it's something that is needed because it's the Champions League. You don't really need to play the same type of football. You just need to get results at times. So MC Algiers is a very different animal altogether. Yes, they are North Africans, but they have a lot of speed, within them. But before I go into that, let's look at the lineup, which was quite surprising. Just give me a second. It was quite surprising for me. I would have thought that he would have gone with Mabasa in front, and also he played with a lot of young kids. For example, starting with the defense, obviously Uchayine was always going to get a chance if he's fit. We have Uspisi, we have Umbogazi, which is a surprise for me, so a shocker. Not saying he's not playing good, it's on form, it's on song, don't get me wrong, but thinking in terms of experience, he put him in the deep end there. Okay, they are playing with a flat three, so it was okay, it was a 3-4-3 more or less. So we have Otto, Dino van Rijn, Makaula, and Mbata playing a double pivot, and we have Mfukeni, Mahopa. That was a big surprise, and Unkwat obviously as the front three. So from where I'm sitting, or what I saw from the game, so for looking at this lineup, you're thinking probably Pirates would have played the same way as they've been playing in the group stages. Only to see them depending a bit more deeper than usual. I think it's because of the intensity. Hey man, look at the crowd, was crazy intense. That stadium was full of MC Algiers fans. But for me, I think the plan worked where they would have expected, which is Algiers in this instance, that Pirates was going to be more forthcoming or outgoing in terms of doing play so they can break them down. But what was interesting for me to see is the fact that MC Algiers was actually pressing high. So I think for the first half of the first 30 minutes, Pirates were a bit uncomfortable coming out from certain channels. Even building from the back was difficult. So I saw them sometimes from the spot, they'd kick the ball all the way, they'll come back very quick. So I think that was the most untasteful thing that you would see. So it limits their chances in terms of how they are able to create these goals. So I didn't really see anything or them scoring, to be honest. But also MC Algiers, man, like when they are there, they create. It's more of an African or North African kind of tactics. They're looking for crosses. They don't have enough technical players for me to be able to create chances outside of the 18 area because Pirates are quite good defensively. Then comes a surprise, which is Umbogas, which this kid was just a mature, very, very good defensively. Was helping Abu Spice and they looked very solid. But as well in midfield, they really looked like a solid team. So for me, that's the one thing you can appreciate, that when you're playing away, either get a result or a draw. So I think it's all to play for when they come back. Coming back next week to Orlando, and that's where I think you probably. I think their approach is going to change slightly, but it's not going to be that defensive because second leg is more like a final for them. It's a do or die. Should they concede, it's another thing that is reset settings. Now let's go back to the drawing board and they have to score. So I guess Uma Hope was more like this time clearly a defensive striker, but Mufukeng not having the best of games because obviously attacking options were not that much. Only to find that in his bad game, at least he came out with an assist. Ntwana and Quarter, very composed coming from the bench, and obviously gave them the lead that they needed. So hence I'm saying that the plan worked. And look, shout out to the coach because he's playing with little kids here. This is kids. This is not big signings. This is just from the DDC. They're picking from that development side and they're actually using them. And this is a good investment for me from Paris. So it's a good week for South African results when you talk about Sundowns and Pirates, what they've done. Sundowns being more of the experienced side with Champions League, which they have been falling short for a while. Pirates being one of the oldest teams that are familiar with campaign with the CAF Champions League, but they haven't really had the best results. So obviously, are they favorites? Their stories are different. So for me, the matter here is to be able to see if they can actually win their second leg of matches. But for me, it's a good week of football for South Africa. And I have to mention it over and over again. To good two examples of teams that gave us very good ideas and entertainment in terms of football. So from the Pirate side, obviously they didn't play, but defensively there was a good shift. They were confident. They were not shaken with the crowd or by the crowd. Let me say Sunderland as well, maintaining that standard. I mean, big up to them. Where obviously the coach, their players have been playing almost every 3 days, and which is good to see. So, so far so good for these two teams. And obviously, it gives us content so that we can be able to cover such videos. So that's all I had for you for this week. There is a video I'm going to pop though because there is a round of matches. I think Chiefs is playing Saturday, so we'll talk about that. And please don't forget to support the channel. Keep on liking, keep on commenting, and also if you get the chance, it helps us to the video to be pushed to more guys who actually enjoy local content. For me, this is Walton at this Pod. Thank you so much. Shop shop.